Hey guys! Hey everybody, it's me, Zach. This is Judy. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're here once again to talk about Amy and Tammy Slaton on their hit, critically acclaimed, critically acclaimed TLC show, 1,000 Pound Sisters. Now, I know some of you, this may be your first video on my channel, but if it's not and you're a longtime subscriber, I sometimes get questions when I take like anywhere from 3 to 5 days off from uploading videos about where I've been. I just want to say I've been a little anxious. I've been having some stuff go on, so I've been not posting videos for my own health and well-being, and much like the advice I give folks a lot, I was taking care of it not on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I also had a family member pass away, and so I actually will probably be taking another couple days off from YouTube. I hope you all understand. I'm sure you all will. Y'all are great like that. Y'all are very supportive. So just know I'll be back by the end of the week, but I will be taking some time away. Now that that is all taken care of, let me just jump into some stuff with the very last episode of 1,000 Pound Sisters of this season, of this series. I don't know, it seems to be a little bit unclear. Both Amy and Tammy have talked about it on their channel, or not on their channel, but on their social media. In particular, Amy posted on Twitter, and I'll read you a little bit about what she had to say. On the date that the last episode aired, Amy tweeted, "Kinda broke my heart tonight, the last episode of 1,000 Pound Sisters Season 1. So you know me, I'm not afraid to reach out and ask folks what's up, what's the tea. And I said, will there be a Season 2? Her response was, we don't know yet, but fingers crossed. Another person said, Tammy said she was sad they aren't having one in a live Q&A. Amy said, well, there was a fake Twitter telling lies. We honestly don't know. And then the same person says, this was on her live Q&A on YouTube, not Twitter. So that is a little confusing, a little misleading, who knows? But Tammy did also on her Instagram story posts a little bit about the future of 1,000 Pound Sisters on TLC. Tammy specifically said, I'm sorry to tell you this, and I should have did it earlier, but no, there will not be another season of the 1,000 Pound Sisters. We are choosing not to do another one. So she posted that the day after the last episode aired. I believe, at least that's when I got the screenshot of it, so she might have also posted it on the night that it aired and then I just saw it the next morning. But either way, that's a very different story than what Amy was saying, which was captured on the 5th, to what she was saying, which I got on the 6th of February. It's very confusing, and I have a few ideas of speculation. This is purely speculation. I know I typically don't do that on my channel. I usually just react to what's there, but my speculation is one of two things. I think one, it could be the case that they really are declining to do another season, and if that's the case, then my thoughts are that it's most likely because Tammy isn't happy with how she's been portrayed. She said that very publicly in past videos that she's posted on her channel. I think even in a couple of the last reviews I did of the show, I included receipts from her saying that she was unhappy. Without going into detail, she's privately shared with me that she thinks things are unfair and that she would like me to ask her in the future if that really happened. And even recently, she has tweeted about things that happened in this episode that I'll share once we get to the places where that tea is relevant. She has tweeted that things were edited to look a different way than what really happened. So I think all of those things matter and are important, and I think that those things could have potentially led to Tammy saying, no thanks, no ma'am, not interested in doing it again. What I think is more probable and more likely to happen, because honestly, they are very lucky to have had the resources to go to Atlanta and do all of that. I'm sure they could not have afforded to do most of those things on their own, to seek all of that medical treatment, to make all of those trips, to stay in the hotels, etc. I really find it hard to believe that they would just give that opportunity up. Plus, they've both been loving the spotlight that it has put on them. And so I find it hard to believe that they would say no. So what I think is maybe more likely to be true is that things are still up in the air, but TLC is like, y'all are talking too much shit on the Twitter, on the Instagram, on the social media, and so like, y'all need to and stop talking about it. And the easiest way for Tammy to like put an end to all of that is to say, hey, we're not doing it, please stop asking about it. Those are kind of like my two theories. Obviously, those are both speculation. I don't really know what the fate of the show is, and I think until we hear officially from TLC or the two girls come together and have like a story that matches, I don't know that we will know. So like I said, I do have some other receipts and tea to give you, but I think it makes way more sense for me to share that information as we get to the parts of the last episode where it's relevant. So I will bring those things up as we get to them. So this episode starts off right after they found out that Amy was gonna be getting surgery and Tammy wasn't, and they hop into the van and Tammy loses it. She's really not doing a good job of controlling her temper. She clearly is very upset that Amy is getting surgery and that she's not, at least at the very beginning of the episode, and she like literally is throwing tantrums like a child, like a 10-year-old. I was really surprised to see well, not surprised to see all of her behavior, but certainly some of it was like alarming that a woman who is older than me was acting that way. So she loses it in the car. She yells, shut up, like, I'm not doing this. And I'm just like, ooh, girl, baby girl, calm down. I know you're upset, but like, this is not the way to handle it, you know? So they go back to the hotel, they call Mama Slaton, and Mama Slaton answers the phone. She doesn't sound like, I don't know, maybe a thing that's difficult about Mama Slaton is that the tone of her voice never changes. It's always the same tone, so I don't know if she's happy, mad, sad, angry. You know, it's hard to say, but she doesn't really show any signs of being happy for Amy. And they immediately also show her saying like, well, what about Tammy? And then like, I figured she'd be upset. And it's just like, well, that's not supportive either. I know I give Tammy a hard time about the way she responds to things, and I really do still believe that that's because she's never learned how to really deal with her emotions, her anger. She doesn't know how to engage in conflict and healthy conversation and communication. And it's clear though that when she has a mom that's like, well, I just knew she was gonna be upset, I just knew she was gonna have a tantrum, or like, girl, you ain't helping. So the part that does alarm me about Tammy's behavior is that they literally showed like a 5-minute clip of Tammy just sitting there like this, like, I'm not gonna listen, la 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 la, I can't hear you, la 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 la. And I was just like, that is literally some stuff I remember doing when I was a child. Like, when I really wanted to make some folks mad and act like I wasn't mad and like act like I didn't have a problem, it's like, I can't hear you. I was so shook, and she's like, why do I have to sit here and listen to Amy brag about this? And it's just like, she's not bragging, she's literally just talking about like, hey, the next few days are coming up, like, I got this, I'm happy. If Tammy ain't happy, nobody allowed to be happy. It's so frustrating, because all Amy wanted to do was celebrate her win, her achievement. It was exhausting, and I just know that Tammy has the capacity. I know she has the capacity, and I really hope that like as she moves on and moves forward, and I hope even as she's like able to reflect on these episodes that have aired, I hope she can really see that the way that she's communicating is not productive or helpful, right? Like, I don't think that it's really doing anything except causing her sister stress, when the last thing that her sister needed to be leading up to a surgery was stress. You know, sometimes if you are really stressed and have like high anxiety and things, that can increase like your blood pressure and things like that. And if you have a high blood pressure, they ain't gonna let you get operated on. So Amy didn't need that. Amy didn't need that stress going into that. Absolutely not. She was already clearly very anxious about the whole process of having surgery and all of that. She didn't need Tammy to like be freaking out and acting like a child. So before we actually get to Amy's surgery, they show us a little clip of Tammy voice chatting with her online boyfriend, Jerry. The conversation is fascinating. Well, one, she sets the mood, you know, she pulls out the candle, she lights the candle because she's got to make this video chat romantic. She's got to, you know, get some romantic ambiance going on, right? Ooh la la. So the conversation though is fascinating. She has a long conversation with him about like how he does in fact like bigger women, which like, get after it, to each their own. I'm not gonna yuck somebody's yum. And or like, I don't like women at all, so I have no opinion here. With that being said, she asked him like, you know, would you still love me if I did lose the weight and things like that. And so I thought that that was interesting because he seemed pretty supportive of it. I guess I'm just hesitant because they've had these like dichotomies on My 600 Pound Life before where like there was a couple, one of them was larger, and then typically the other one was really skinny and enabled the eating, and then in a lot of those cases ended up leaving after the person lost a bunch of weight. So like, I don't want to see Tammy get hurt by this situation. I hope that Jerry's intentions are good. With that being said, some folks have suggested that maybe he's got a lot of stuff going on, and we'll talk about that even more once we get to the other part where he pops up in this video. So the next thing on the agenda for this episode is Amy going and getting the surgery, and thankfully, you know, I think Tammy came around, and I think she was clearly just very in the moment. She didn't know how to handle her feelings, and once she had, you know, talked to Jerry and had some time to sit with what happened and what Dr. Proctor's decision was regarding her being able to get the weight loss surgery, she really had time to like calm down and just be happy for Amy. And I really appreciate that because it was clear that Amy really needed Tammy for support. Because Amy, once she is like actually at the hospital and like all up in her dressing gowns and waiting to go into surgery, like has a whole anxiety attack. She's very clearly distraught about, you know, just a lot of the like unknowns that can come with any kind of surgery. And she does have Michael there, but Tammy did stay behind because she just really couldn't get around a whole lot. Amy's in tears, like in tears over this, and she does FaceTime with Tammy, and I think that that was really helpful for her. I truly, at the heart of it, when they're not fighting, when they're actually there 100% trying to be supportive of one another, it just like actually kind of touches my heart. Like, I love when they're just like laughing about the dumbest stuff. It just really warms my cold dead heart. And so I'm glad that Tammy came around and was able to be there for her sister because it seemed to really help. I think the other thing that helped calm Amy's nerves was Dr. Hottie. Like, he has such a good bedside manner. He is so thoughtful. He's so kind and caring. It's clear that he just really, really cared about Amy's health and well-being. And so hearing him give her a little pep talk beforehand, I thought was also really sweet. I think we don't see that as much on like My 600 Pound Life from Dr. Now. So, you know, it was like a good little change of pace, a little palate cleanser. I love Dr. Now, but Dr. Proctor is good in his own right as well. One thing though, while Amy and Tammy were talking on the phone, that did slay me, and I do want to make sure to note, because you all know that Mama Slaton is one of my favorite things to come from this show. Amy was like in tears and was like, I want my mommy, I wish she was here. And Tammy just like dead ass was like, no you don't. Which, like, yes, keep it real, Tammy, keep it real, because I feel like if Mama Slaton was actually there, she would have raised the anxiety level through the roof. So, you know what? I'm glad she wasn't there for that. Like, there are other things she should have been there for, like your wedding, but you had Michael and Tammy and Dr. Proctor, and I think you were in good hands with those people. So Amy makes it through surgery just fine. They show some little clips of her in the van on the way back with Michael, and she just was slaying me because she's like, I feel so liberated. I wear no underwear. And I was just like, live your truth. You know, you did just get through surgery. If you don't want to wear underwear, don't wear underwear, sis. Yes. She does, however, stay in Atlanta for a week because Dr. Proctor wants to like check in on her progress before she goes back to Kentucky. Tammy is like, okay, well, I'm gonna come through. I'm gonna help take care of her. I'm gonna try to walk more without this walker. I'm gonna try to do all these things, which like the walker thing is interesting because as y'all know, as I've said in previous videos, she has posted that she's still using it to this day. She posted it in a video, and she also posted it on Instagram. So you can go back and watch my previous videos. Like, she has been using it still. So that was kind of like a theme for wrapping up this episode. Is like, look at the progress Tammy has made. She's not using her walker anymore. But like, we all know now in real life that she's still using her walker. So like, what's the tea? I don't know. Like, I think that it's interesting that Tammy has said that she doesn't like the way that things have been edited, but like, she also has been given, like, I think she was portrayed pretty nicely in this last episode. Like, they showed her taking care of Amy, helping Amy out, like kind of reversing those roles. And they also showed her trying to walk without her walker, which like, I know she also had some like other health things come up that I think have impacted her use of the walker and why she's still using it. But I'm just saying, like, I think that this episode treated Tammy really nicely. When Tammy does go in to check with Amy, Amy's like, you want to see my scars? And I was like, ooh, that's some Heath Ledger Joker nonsense right there. Amy was clearly still going through it. She was still clearly hopped up on some like pain meds, probably, because I mean that's what happens after surgery. And she was cracking me up. At one point she goes to bed and talks about sending smoke signals to Tammy if she needs any help, and Tammy's like, don't you think you might just want to text me? Like, wouldn't that be easier? And Amy's just like flopped out there on the bed. So I thought that whole interaction was cute. I was glad to see that Tammy was able to like give back and help Amy out a little bit. The next thing that they show is some clips about Jerry coming to visit Tammy. So Tammy meets Jerry, and here are some of the things that she had to say about meeting him. She talked a lot about how it was one of the best nights of her life. She said, I got some hickeys. She also said, yes, we made love. Now, one of the things I want to say about that is that she did tweet on February 8th about that particular line, and she said, TBH, I wish y'all would leave me alone about Jerry. If you watch the show very closely, you and see a cut in the part where I said, we made love. I didn't actually say it, but that doesn't matter. He was there for me when no one else was. So it's just like, I don't know if y'all made love or not. That's not really, I don't need to know about it, don't want to know about it. If y'all did, good for you. If y'all didn't, bless up. But what about the other thing? Like, you said that you got hickeys from him, that you loved waking up next to him, that you, like, loved getting a good night kiss from him. Like, girl, if y'all made love, y'all made love. Like, y'all are adults. Y'all can make these decisions on your own. Like, live your truth. And I am happy to see Tammy happy, but some things are alarming in terms of, I don't know where this came from, I don't know who said this, I don't know a lot about Jerry, but apparently people on the internet say Jerry is a married man. So on the night of the episode airing, she posted a picture, or a couple pictures on Twitter with Jerry, and she said, bae for life, heart, heart, heart. And then in the comments, a lot of people were commenting about sis being with a married man. So yeah, lots of people commented that she was in a relationship with a married man, and I don't know, for better or worse, that seems like a lot. That seems like a lot of baggage. I hope her well. I hope for the best for her. But that just seemed like a lot, and the whole clip of her talking about their night together was also a lot for me personally. So they do go back to visit with Dr. Proctor, and Amy's like, oh, by the way, dude, hey, hi, I ate some honey buns, I had some bites of chicken, and Dr. Proctor was like, what the hell are you doing? Get your life together. This could have killed you. You need to only be drinking liquids because solid chunks of food could rip your stomach open. So that was a lot, and I think it got through to her because she was like, oh yeah, man, I like literally just risked my life for a tiny bite of a honey bun. What am I doing? Look at my life, look at my choices. Tammy comes back in also to meet with Dr. Proctor before they leave, and Tammy essentially is like, hey, I'm committed to doing this, and Dr. Proctor's like, oh yeah, like, what did you do? And she's like, well, instead of eating 4 burgers, I eat just one, and it's a veggie burger. Look at me winning at nutrition. And Dr. Proctor says, look, that sounds good. That sounds like you're making some improvements. She's like, yeah, by the way, I'm trying to walk more. I'm trying not to use my walker. And Dr. Proctor's like, this all sounds promising. So, woohoo! They go back to Kentucky, and the next clip we get is like from 2 months afterwards, and it is a clip of really like, well, they end up putting in a bunch of other clips too, but primarily the rest of the episode is centered around a housewarming party for Tammy, because Tammy has moved. She is living in her own apartment, which she's always said that she lived nearby Michael and Amy, but they showed it and she literally lives right next door to them. She just has to walk over and she's at Michael and Amy's. So that felt like a lot, but like, live your truth. At least you're on your own, and it seems like Tammy is feeling more independent being in that space. She has a whole party. She gets all glammed up. She has the makeup. She has a cute little scarf, and she's ready to go and invites everybody over. Mama Slaton makes it. She can't make it to her own daughter's wedding, but she said, I'll come to this housewarming party. She seems to overall be pretty supportive of Tammy and support her moving out on her own finally, living by herself, being a little bit more independent. So that was nice to see Mama Slaton be supportive of Tammy. They do show a clip of Amy getting ready, and they show Shane Dawson's palette sitting on the counter. And it was really nice because Shane Dawson's mom tweeted about it, about how excited she was to see Amy's success and also to see Amy using Shane's palette, and Shane retweeted that as well with a little like heart and emoji something or another. Now y'all know, well maybe you don't, but y'all know how I feel about Shane Dawson's palette and his last video of that whole series. So if you don't, I will link it up in the cards and down below. But I did think that that was sweet because, you know, Amy clearly cares a lot about Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star makeup. And I'm glad to see that she got a little shout out from Shane and Shane's mom. The next clip we do see is a clip of Amy and Michael going to an OBGYN to talk a little bit about the opportunity to have children in the future. It sounds like she's gonna come back when she's about 60 pounds lighter or something like that. You okay, Jude? And so the goal is definitely for her to still try for a baby, and I just thought it was so sweet because she was like, you know, I haven't even had this baby and I already have so much love for it. And I just like find it so sweet that Amy wants to be a mom and wants to care for a child. Like, totally can't relate myself. Outside of Judy, girl, that's all I want. Maybe another dog someday, but that's truly all I need. But I love to see other people excited about motherhood. So Amy makes her big reveal. She looks amazing. She's looking great. And Mama Slaton is so supportive. She says, y'all are gonna make me eat my words, because y'all did it. Y'all committed. Y'all have made some moves, and I'm proud of you. And I was just like, ugh, Mama Slaton, if there's hope for Mama Slaton, there's hope for everybody. I just hope she keeps that same energy moving forward. Like, Amy and Tammy are doing their best. I believe in them. So if I believe in them, Mama Slaton, you should. Okay? So please do. I think at the end of it all, Amy was at 308 pounds. I think they said Tammy was at 559. And so they clearly had made some moves. Amy more so than Tammy, but Tammy seems to be getting pretty close to her goal. So hopefully if they do continue the series, she can also go get weight loss surgery. I would really love to see that for her if that's what she wants. And to end the whole show, Amy says, we gotta get you up and we gotta get you dancing. We gotta get you dancing. And so they all dance along to a Just Dance video game. And since TLC won't let me show you clips of that, I'll just insert a clip of Amy's life journey doing her workout because it's practically the same. So, I really enjoyed this series on TLC. I know y'all did too. It was so good to see our girls out there being successful and doing the damn thing. And I think that they're so funny together and I would continue watching them. So I'm gonna hope for a season 2. I would love to see it. I would love to have more of the Slaton sisters on my channel, on my TV. I would love to see more of Mama Slaton and Michael and Little Bit. You know, we don't get to see those people and things in the same way on their YouTube channels. It was really nice to see it on a big screen with lights and production and editing. I loved it all. I loved every bit. So if you all enjoyed it, please make sure to let me know what you enjoyed down below. If this is your first video with me, please make sure to subscribe and hit the bell button so you get a notification every single time I post a new video. Also, please make sure to leave me some comments, hit the like button, follow me on all of my social media, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!